Hello guys and welcome back to another video. This time I'll be reviewing the Xiaomi Yi action camera. Spoiler alert, it's a pretty freaking good camera. So without further delay, let's get stuck in. Now this camera comes in two colour options. There's a green and teal version and the one I have with me today, which is the white version. The dimensions come in at 6 by 2.1 by 4.2 centimeters and it weighs around about 72 grams. In the box you get the camera, Mandarin instruction manual and a micro USB for charging and file transfer. Also the included battery has a capacity of 1010 mAh. All of the different housings that you can purchase for this camera all seem to have the GoPro mount as standard, which opens up a world of different mounting accessories you can purchase. A single button at the front is designed to turn on the device as well as cycle between photo and video mode. The camera has built-in BGN and Wi-Fi, which is turned on using the dedicated button to the side. The third and last button is found on the top. It's used to start and stop the video recorder as well as take a photo. Next to this you'll find the microphone slot. At the bottom you'll find a standard tripod mount, and just next to that is the speaker grill. To the left of the camera is a whole lot of nothing. At the back you'll find the port and micro SD card cover. It's held precariously into place by friction alone, so I can only imagine that this over time will just end up getting lost. Under here is the previously mentioned micro SD slot, along with the micro USB and a micro HDMI port. The highest capacity memory card, which is supported by the current firmware, is a Class 10 64GB memory card. There are also various LEDs located around the camera which indicates whether or not it's in video or photo mode. The camera is capable in recording in both PAL and NTSC formats. However, if you want to get the most out of this camera, you really want to be recording in NTSC regardless of your location. So the frame rates offered to you at 1080p are 60, 48, 30 and 24. 960p you've got 60 or 48 frames per second, 720p you've got 120, 60 and 48 frames per second, and if you really want super slow motion and you're not really that concerned about quality, 480p will get you 240 frames per second, so that'll be really nice ultra smooth slow motion. In terms of photography, the camera shoots up to a maximum of 16 megapixel stills. There's a few different photo and video modes as well, which I'll cover in the future video of a rundown of the mobile app, so be sure to subscribe for that one. Now, the most impressive thing about this camera is arguably the most important. I'm talking about, of course, its sensor. The Xiaomi Yi camera has a Sony Exmor R BSI CMOS 16 megapixel sensor. Really, what that actually translates to is impressively detailed and clean low light performance, as we've come to expect from all of these really high quality Sony sensors. On top of this is an f2.8 lens with a wide 155-degree viewing angle. In terms of battery life, with what seem to be the most common resolution settings of the majority of action camera videos I've come across on YouTube, you're looking to get about an hour shooting at 1080p 60 frames per second with the Wi-Fi off and 50 minutes with the Wi-Fi on, an hour and 21 minutes at 1080p 30 frames per second with the Wi-Fi off, and an hour and 9 minutes with the Wi-Fi on. Lastly, recorded in 720p at 120 frames per second with the Wi-Fi off, expect to get around 1 hour 15 minutes, and with the Wi-Fi on, expect that to reduce to about an hour. Something which can affect these action cameras when it comes to their battery life is the bitrate in which the video is recorded, and this camera seems to have a nice compromise between quality and battery life, with the maximum bitrate possible at 1080p 60 frames per second of 25 megabits a second. The ring light at the front gives you an idea of how much battery you have left. Blue indicates between 150%, purple between 49 and 14%, and red from 13 to absolutely nothing. So that's the specifications covered, and let's not kid ourselves. The majority of you guys are here for one reason only, to see how this thing performs. So sit back, grab some popcorn and enjoy this montage of some footage I've captured over the past couple of months. I'm on my way to Snowdon now, and I've just pulled over in a petrol station just to pick up some last minute snacks, because I like my snacks. So as you've just seen, the video quality that this thing produces is pretty impressive, especially in low light at 30 frames a second. The audio quality, however, is another story. I was expecting the audio pickup to be a bit better than it is, especially in the skeleton housing. The audio was still quite muffled and still quite low. For me though, it's not really a deal breaker. The majority of footage I'm looking to capture with this is just going to be overlaid with some music anyway, so it's not really the end of the world. So before we wrap this review up, let's summarise on some of the positives and negatives of this camera. So there are a few really compelling points about this camera. First of all, the image and video quality is really good thanks to that Sony sensor. Secondly, the mounting options, thanks to the GoPro compatible mount on the first and third party housings, meaning that you've got a vast variety of different mounting and accessory options. Lastly is the extremely compelling price of the camera and accessories as a whole. There really just isn't anything which rivals this at or anywhere near the same price point. And in the video description below are some links for pricing and availability in your area. Moving on to the negatives, something which could definitely do with some improvement is the audio quality. The camera could do with a better microphone capsule as well as a secondary mic for noise cancellation. Lastly, there's no way to change any settings on the camera without the mobile app. Although this means that the design can be kept simple without having an LCD display like on some GoPros, it does add hassle when you're in a hurry to capture a passing moment in a frame rate other than what's set as your default. Also, this means your phone needs to be with you all the time, and sometimes this just isn't practical, especially when doing underwater video work. So you really need to have a good think about everything you're going to capture and make sure the settings are all set beforehand. So that does it for this review. If you've already got this camera, let me know of your experiences in the description below. Alternatively, if you've got a different camera or if you've got another camera in mind that you may want to purchase, let me know in the comments below what it is and I'll try my best to get it in and compare it with this Xiaomi Yi. So thanks for stopping by. Remember that I'll be having a video out soon with an in-depth overview of the mobile app for this camera. So be sure to subscribe for that one so you get notified. Also, if you're into camping and photography, be sure to check out this video here. Alternatively, it will be in the description below. It's all about the equipment that I prepared to take with me and that I actually took with me on a wild camp / photography landscape trip. You can also find me on Facebook, Flickr and Instagram. Links will be again in the video description below. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more videos like this from me in the future. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next one.